JWILLY, JWILLY,
JWILLY explains what went wrong in Blacksburg, the fresh question of the week, and the keys to getting back on track in Carolina. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the JWILLY Show alongside DJWhybe. I'm Mark Jerome, and of course, Jason Williford. Jay, how you feeling?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
All right. We know you just arrived in North Carolina. We appreciate you adjusting your schedule to come on.
Thank you. Thanks for allowing me to eat dinner.
That's important. DJWhybe.
Yes, sir.
That is a hot jersey.
That's a throwback. That's a throwback.
You see it. You see it. And it's purposeful today. I'm just letting everybody know that I know when I'm needed. You know what I mean? So I saw the game Saturday, and I think we need a little bit of inside toughness. And who better to come through and help save the day than your boy right here? You know,
I wish we had you Saturday.
We just needed a goon. That's all. Just one goon, just to lay the law down there in the paint. Let people know this ain't that kind of party. That's all. That's all.
You had 5 hard fouls to give. We could have used those.
Yeah. I mean, my 5 fouls are more like 10. I mean, the impact on the game. You know, it's mental, buddy. It's mental. You know that.
I like the throwback though. Why actually that throwback.
You still have yours?
I got that in the orange one. Is actually hanging. They were in the boys' room. I put them up in their room, and because I'm getting the house, we got the rooms repainted, and I did some stuff in the house. I'm actually gonna hang those in the office that I filmed the show from. So
okay.
they'll be on the walls in there soon.
Okay.
What's the material on that, YB?
What's the material? I'm not sure. I mean,
it's a jersey, Mark. What kind of question? It's a jersey. It's jersey
know,
material.
The material has changed so much. Look at that thing.
It's kind of silky smooth, you know. I don't know what you call that. It definitely ain't silk, but I don't know. Polyester, cotton?
It's a jersey.
That's the.
By the way, I like that sweatshirt you got on, Coach.
You like that?
That's a nice one. Is that new?
It's a couple years old now. I'm probably gonna be in trouble for not having the new logo.
I have not seen that one.
But I'm gonna rock all of it. I can't give this stuff away. So old, new, I'm wearing it.
YB likes it.
Yeah,
really
I like that. I really like that. I mean,
I know
extra large. Extra large or 2X. That's all. I don't know.
All right, DJWhybe, we can catch you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, twitch.tv.
Yes, Twitch.tv/DJWhybe, WHY.
Folks, you can go on watch DJWhybe, my man on the ones and twos from 7 to 8:30. Then you can catch Locker Room Access pregame show at 8:30, and then check out the Who's March on to Victory at 9 o'clock.
No doubt.
Right.
We're gonna try to start a new win streak, Mark. So don't you jinx us now. Don't put it in stone. We're gonna work towards that.
Good teams don't get jinxed. We're fine.
All
right. So let's revisit Virginia Tech. I know you don't want to, but reluctantly, let's talk about it.
I know it comes with the territory.
It does. And as YB always says, when you win, we discuss it, and when you lose, we discuss it. It's all right. So second half, were there any concerns at halftime? You guys were up 8 at the half. 2 of the threes you hit were late in the shot clock.
There were big concerns. I mean, you watched that game. Sam bailed us out on the 3. I think Trey bailed us out on a 3 late. Like, we weren't getting good looks. Credit their defense. And those guys made some tough shots that, but we were still defending at the same time. Like we were getting stops ourselves. But from an offensive standpoint, they had a good game plan. They they did to us what we used to do to teams. They were physical. They moved us around. They screened us. And we allowed in the second half, we allowed not scoring to affect our defense. And we can't have that. We couldn't get stops when we needed to get stops. And those guys executed down the stretch. And then I thought, I thought the way the game was being officiated, the officials, they let them play, and they gave the benefit of the doubt to the aggressors, and they were more aggressive than us. And we didn't touch the paint. We didn't get to the free throw. I think we shot 4 free throws for the game. We lived and died by the jump shot. So if a game's being officiated that way, you gotta be tough, and you gotta try to touch the paint, drive, get some fouls, go get an easy one, especially when we're not shooting the ball the way we were shooting in the second half. And then we gotta obviously we can't let one guy torch us the way Aluma torched us. He had a heck of a night. Credit to him, but we gotta do a better job defending.
29 and 10 for Aluma. What was the message at halftime? What was the speech at halftime? Aluma had 16, I believe, and the rest of the team had 5.
Yeah, it was just, we got to stop him. It was Jay early, and Jay struggled and got in some foul trouble. Then we had Poppy come in, and he was a mismatch for those guys. And I thought Trey Murphy did a really good job guarding him. But in order to have Jay on the floor, that was his matchup, and we just needed somebody to guard him, and unfortunately we couldn't. And then, they ran a ton of different actions for him, and then they got Couture going with moving him off screens, and he and Cone hit. I think they both hit big threes to stretch the lead back to back. We lost them. There was too much separation. We were running in the screens. You would have thought we didn't practice that all week, but hopefully we learned. It's always humbling to be brought back down to earth. You refocus, regroup. I just don't like losing to those guys, but credit to them.
And it's probably hurts you more than anybody else because you played against them where the rest of the staff haven't.
Yeah, I don't know. It probably hurts me. There've been days where we lose to them, and I don't come out of the house for a day or two. So, but we'll have to bounce back.
A couple more questions about the game, and we'll move on. And I know you don't really want to spend too much time on it. Offensively, what was the message at halftime? Was it, hey, we're okay, let's keep doing this, or let's attack the basket, and guys just decided not to?
It was continue to try to run our stuff. We weren't moving hard. We allowed them to kind of run us off cuts and push us around, and we were imploring them to just match the aggression, match the physicality. It's that kind of game. And coach, his message before the game was, listen, we're going to get their best, and we got to be ready to give them our best. And unfortunately, I don't think we gave them our best. They definitely gave us their best.
42-34, you're up. I think Sam hits a shot. You go up 8. I almost watching the game, felt like, all right, guys got a little complacent. Is that possible?
Yeah, I hope it wasn't complacency. I just, again, a lot of credit I thought defensively, yep, they guarded guys different. Yep. They dared guys to make some shots from the perimeter. And then they were on Sam and Trey and Jay, and they other guys needed to make some shots and try to touch the paint. But I thought it was us, for lack of a better word, we play soft. We play soft in that game. And I hate to admit that, but I don't anticipate us playing like that the rest of the year.
Yeah, when Jay got his 4th foul, I said something to the guys. I was like, oh, Jay's got 4 fouls. Let's see what happens from this point on.
Right.
And then it was just like, I mean, it already started. The difference.
Yeah, it snowballed, and look, we've given some out like that, and we've been on the other end of that. So it was one of those nights.
Yep. While it was snowballing, you guys called timeout. Was it like, come on, guys, let's play harder? Or was it, we're going to implement a strategy and run this play or play defense this way?
No, it was play harder, do what we do. Unfortunately, we couldn't do what we normally do.
Couple of tough misses in the paint. Kihei had the one layup that was in and out. Tough time.
Yeah, he was right at the rim,
Yep.
missed the easy one. Then he got there again. I think the kid blocked it. We at that point it was. I mean, they were in the groove. You could see it. The momentum has switched. They were feeling it. They're up and down on the bench talking, and they had a ton of life, and kudos to them.
Yeah. Does it become one of those things where it's like, don't let an inferior team, gain confidence?
Yeah, I don't know, Mark. I don't know if inferior is the right word, because I think they're pretty daggone good. A lot of the concerns that I had, with Radford being out, their second leading scorer, I actually thought it allowed them to put more shooting on the floor with those other guys, which I thought would be difficult for us to guard all of that shooting, and they run good stuff. So I don't know if they're inferior. I think they're good. They're good. They got some veteran guys. Aluma played at a high level, but the kid Beatty, I mean, he doesn't. I mean, he just runs that show. He defends. He made a big three. I mean, he doesn't normally make threes. He made a big three. I mean, they were poised. They ran their stuff. I think they're right there with some of the other teams at or near the top of the league, rightfully so. You're starting to see the league, stuff starting to shake out a little bit. First 8-9 games into the league, but they're good.
I'm going to come back to the ACC on the whole in a second. I just want to talk about Luma and Beatty. That three he hit was, I believe, was off an Aluma pass out of a double.
Right.
And it just looked like that double was so critical, and it just looked like the trap was so soft, and it never struck the vision.
We got it. I don't know. We had a couple we had a ton of breakdowns defensively, but I mean, Jay gets a steal out of the trap. We get a high hand deflection, he steals it. Then, unfortunately, that time they got it out of it. It's not going to be perfect all the time, but we needed to scramble and just be there, alert. But if you leave anybody, he's the one guy you probably okay. We'll get to him. Just run out and contest, and kudos, he made it. I thought they played really good ball. They wanted it more, and it was evident.
First loss since Gonzaga. And the message after Gonzaga was, or the conversations after Gonzaga were some personal text messages and calls. Was there any of that after this game?
No, I mean, collectively, it was, we got to be ready. We're going to get, look, we were at the top of the league. You're going to get everybody's best. If you're going to get their best, you better be ready. You got to play your A game if they're going to give you their A game, and then may the best man win. So we had a couple of days. We took a day off, had a couple of days to now prepare. And, you watch film, you grow from it. You show where we could have been better, and hopefully we'll do that tomorrow night.
Yep. The league is I've been labeling it schizophrenic.
That's a great word.
Thank you. I didn't make it up.
No, I know it's a great word for the league. I mean, I think, I mean, it's
incredible. Right.
Anybody can be beat any night by anybody. I mean, you but that's college. I mean, that's college ball in general. That's most leagues. You know, you watch games. I'm watching a ton of basketball, and I mean, if you're not ready, you can be beat.
Right. But this year's a little bit different. I know it's any night, and there's so many good teams and so many good players. When you look at Duke losing last night to Miami, right? A depleted Miami team. Carolina's losing to Clemson right now.
Yeah, I just, Mark, those kids are on those other teams. They take pride, and when they see Duke and Carolina, the blue bloods, you could throw records out the window. They want to win. And that's that's what we're trying to tell our guys. I mean, from what we've been able to accomplish the last few years, you guys, you're gonna get people's best shot, and you got to be ready every time you step on the floor. There are no nights off, and hopefully we learned our lesson. But yeah, schizophrenics, that's a great word.
I got to commend you on your ability to recruit and recognize talent.
I recognize. I'm not sure we always landed, but we're in with some good players.
There's 300 and some 20, 30, 40 Division I schools in the country. You're not going to get everybody you recruit, right? But you look at Baylor versus Texas tonight, and I don't want our viewers to leave us, but the game's going down to the wire, and
is
Baylor's
it close?
about to win, right? And the backcourt of Texas, you recruited, and they would be, both of them are seniors now, so I'm kind of glad that by the way, Baylor, no need to turn away, fans. Baylor's up 15, and you called that one earlier tonight, Jay Wills. You recruited the backcourt at Texas, right? Matt Coleman.
Chase's brother, Matt.
Chase's brother, Matt.
Andrew Jones.
All the best wishes to him and continued recovery, and hope he stays healthy.
Great kid.
Who contracted cancer, had cancer last year. And also Jared Butler from Baylor.
Yep.
I remember he was on a recruiting trip at the at TB's house. I was there and met him. Seemed like a really good kid, and he's phenomenal.
Another good kid. Another.
Yes, but I commend you for recruiting such great talent and having such a good eye. We've added a few features this year. I'm sorry, this cast, this show.
Okay.
Right? We got a new intern, my man Henry. And one of the things that after this show is always on, Dougie Fresh always texts and says, man, I want to be down. I have so much to ask. I'm suffering from FOMO. That's not a bad word, folks. Fear of missing out.
Okay,
so,
I wasn't sure. I didn't know where you were going with that one, Mark. Okay, fear of missing out. Okay.
Yeah, you never heard FOMO before?
No.
I didn't make that one up either.
Okay.
But Dougie always hits me afterwards and says, I had so many questions. I had so much to do. So, and the locker room access is a real good team, and we really like each other.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, Dougie, even though you got suspended for a couple of weeks because last time we had you on and you cursed, we're going to give you another shot.
We can't have that. Who's got the editing button that can bleep him out?
I got the bell, but unfortunately it's post curse. I got to figure out how we can either when Dougie talks go on delay. So we've come up with a new concept for Dougie.
All right.
Right. And it's called the Fresh Question of the Week.
Okay, I can dig that.
Because we want to let him in on the fun. Now, folks don't necessarily know where Fresh comes from, but Dougie Fresh is, Dougie Fresh from the rapper, right? So any cool kid whose name was Dougie, they always got Dougie Fresh, right? In the late 80s, early 90s, after the Get Fresh crew. So my man Henry is going to hit this button right now.
Oh, look at Fresh.
Yep, for you, Jay.
The Fresh Question of the Week. Let's go. What's up, Fresh?
What's up, Jay Will?
Man, you had a lot more hair. You had a lot more hair back then.
I had great hair, and I had the sneaky fade. My first question is
No, my first. You hear him?
my first
I
question.
thought it was. I thought
I'm
it was
watching
the fresh.
this.
The
Dougie,
fresh
it's called the fresh question of the week.
Not questions, fresh.
No, I got a
There's no
lot.
F. There's not plural.
I'm in the side room, and I want to know, Jay. I've known you for 30 years. Since you were
Yeah.
17. What conditioner are you using now? I've never seen your hair look better.
What?
Your hair is so soft and so smooth. Come on, Jay.
Hey, but I'm fresh. I'm thin in here, and I got 2 big bald spots in the back.
Well, don't tell me about that, because I get
my
it.
wife's been trying to get me to use Rogaine. I don't know. I use whatever she buys. To be honest, I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I've never had more success, and thank Michael Jordan that after you shave it off, you're good. But you guys have the good hair.
Hey, but I remember you remember more than anyone.
Yep.
Remember when we won the NIT?
Yep.
My first year.
Yep.
It was your second year, correct?
Yep. My
and
third
we
year.
all and
My
we
third year.
your third year. We all shaved going into the NIT.
Yep.
Do you remember what my head looked like?
Oh yeah, it was tricky.
It was the I can't go bald. If I ever lose my hair, I'm getting a toupee. I'm wearing I've got the meat head. I've got the Scottie Pippen, Popeye
Right.
Jones.
You have the rolls in the back.
It looks like a brain. I can't.
Oh, by the way, one of my biggest regrets is not doing that with you guys, because I was worried that my girlfriend would break up with me or whatever.
Yeah, you weren't a team player.
I look
right?
good. I look good with this shit off.
Yeah, Mark,
Sorry,
Dingham.
Yeah, I hope you can make it through a season. That was your one warning. You get 2 warnings. I hope you can make it through
I'm
a
talking.
season of fresh question
I
of the
feel
week.
like I'm 20. Jay Willie's 17. That's my fault. It's like,
Hey, fresh. I can't. I'm not going. I don't want to lose it, man. I got the. My wife said it looks like I had my brain was exposed when I.
All right. Fortunately, both of you guys are good looking, so it's not going to matter if you lose your hair.
Jay, your hair looks great.
Dougie,
man.
let's get to your question.
You know what? I don't really have a great question about a team, and I know that's what locker room access was to hear. I was thinking about Jay Willie's class: Chris Alexander, Corey Alexander, Jay, June, Maurice Watkins.
No, Reese and YB.
Oh,
Reese,
right, Reese is before.
right.
But I'm missing one because you're 5.
No,
All right. But I'm just like, all I care about at this point, man. Like, so Jay, you're the prolific coach, right? No, for real. Like, you're a national championship coach, and however you got there.
Yep.
Who did you see back in our day as to be the guy who would be the big time coach?
Who would be the big time coach?
Yeah, if you're doing like your yearbook, we call them annuals in Tennessee. Like, most likely to be a coach from your team.
Um,
Because that's you and Bryant.
I honestly would say me. Can you guys see me?
Mm-hmm.
Do I keep going in and out?
Yeah.
My wife keeps calling, and I I'm on my cell phone because my computer's not working in the hotel room, so I'll have to call her back. But I would say, honestly, Fresh, I would say me.
That's interesting, man. That's cool.
Of that crew, because
Yep.
I think I knew I wanted to stay around the game.
Yep.
And shortly after first year, maybe sometime my second year, it wasn't quite go. Everyone aspires to play in the league, and they got those dreams.
I'm still in the draft, by the way, Jay. My name's still there. You get it.
Yeah. So I reality hit fairly quick that, you know what, I better do this coaching thing to stay involved in the game. So I was I probably knew, and I said something, if I'm not mistaken, I remember saying something to Dennis and Ellerby that I wanted to get into it. And it might have been maybe my junior year, my third year, that I said something to him. Hey, look, I love to coach. Just don't forget about me when you get your job.
And they didn't.
Nope.
They didn't.
Nope.
You know, for the fans,
I love
for the
that.
audience members that are listening, early on in the Jay Willie Show months ago, coming up on a year, probably 9-10 months ago, when we had surprise guests come on and talk about you as a player and how
Yep.
you've evolved, right, into who you are now, and people saying there's no way Jay Willie would have ever been a coach. Look at that hair, Dougie.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
Hey,
I mean, mine was good back then. I don't have it now.
Hey, the big T-shirt, I love that. I always play
Yeah,
the
yeah.
T-shirt.
Yep, me too.
22, great number.
I invented that shit, Jay. That stuff.
Oh,
That's
Dougie.
the second one, Mark.
Oh,
Look
Dougie,
at-
you're killing me. I can't
He's
lobby
killing
for you if you get one more, Dougie.
But I feel like I'm 20 and Jay's 17. My bad. It's not a bad.
I know you think we're back in the locker room and you
I
all.
know.
That's what you think.
I know.
So, all right, so let's relate it to this year's team. Who do you see, or who could you possibly see?
Yeah,
that might
great
become a
question.
Coach?
Great
Hey,
question.
so I'll go to, instead of this year's team, I'll go to guys that we've coached who I think will eventually get into coaching. I think Isaiah Wilkins will make a heck of a coach. If he ever wanted to get into the profession,
Yep.
he knows he's got great feel, great IQ, very, very good people skill, like easy to talk to. I think he'd be really good. And I think he wants to do it at some point. And then obviously on this year's team, it's no secret, Chase Coleman wants to be a coach.
Right.
And he is an extension of the staff every day in practice, in games. I mean, he's whispering in our ears, hey, look, this is what they're doing on that action, because he runs the scout team stuff. So like he's running all, he sees everything. He's unbelievable. So he'll be a really good coach one day.
I think London. I think London Parentes will be on your staff one day. Whether it's your staff somewhere else or Tony's staff with you, I think he will be.
I think if he chooses that, Fresh, I'm not sure he wants to be a coach, but he very well could be. I mean, you talk about another high IQ, just great feel for the game. Yeah.
But not everybody who's a really good player and has a good feel for the game can become a really good coach.
No, I agree. I would say your son Mark at some point would want to get into coaching, but I don't know. He's got a quick mouth, man. Those dudes might pop him.
Surprisingly, I was surprised. I had him coach for me one time.
Yeah.
I was so shocked at how even tempered he was.
I think if he wants to do it.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd want to. I don't know how he right now. I can't see him around kids that long.
Right.
I'm not sure he has that temperament yet. Right. He's I'm more concerned about his patience in general. So he's got to develop some of those, as we all typically do the older we get. And I'm a little fiery when I coach. So I try to some people need yoga, some people need meditation, right, when they coach.
Hey, but you know what? I think, Mark, you're fiery. I'm fiery. I think good coaches, they coach to their personality. Like they don't try to be anything different than who they are, and that makes good coaches. Kids know who you are. They know where you come from, and they like that. They like that real.
As long as you're not demeaning or abusive.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
But I remember the first time I came back when Jay, the smartest recruit Tony Bennett ever had was Jason Williford, in my opinion.
Nice, Dougie.
And I was, I came back. I think my kids were at soccer camp or whatever. It was early, and I went to a practice. Thank you to Jay, and every coach came over, shook my hand. Very cool. But I'm watching the practice, the summer practice, June, July. It's not the real. And Jay Willie, my dude, he was running the stuff. he was running the practice. And I think it was Justin was a freshman. And I'm like, Jay, who's that dude? He's like, oh, he's good. He's good. But I noticed, seeing Jay as opposed to a teammate who was younger, knucklehead, as we all were, in a good way, but grew up in the system. And then he was there, like, running the thing. I was like, I was so impressed. I'm so proud, Jay.
Appreciate that, Fresh. I've come a long way, Fresh, from kicking balls in U-Haul to getting
Yep.
thrown out of practice.
That's the best I can say, proud.
All
Got
right.
the ring.
Well, while we're on the subject of questions, let's stick with some. We've got one from BL Guthrie, all right, who's a VIP member.
Yep, that's my guy.
What is the thing you are most pleasantly surprised with from the preseason to now? And what are you most disappointed in or surprised that hasn't developed as you expected?
From preseason to now, I'll start with, I wish we were defensively, I wish we were more stout all the time. I think at times we lose our identity on that end. And to be honest, that can't happen. But the pleasant surprise is how well we've shot the ball from distance. And when we're making shots, we look pretty daggone good. And so that's been, I mean, those guys have that skill set, but you still got to put the ball in the basket, and they've been able to do that.
All right. I'm going to circle back to this one.
Uh-oh.
Here's one from Ben Rakash. After getting to see it for a few months now, how has the absence of fans and people in the arena affected the team and its play both at home and on the road, if at all?
I think at home it's been a huge disadvantage for us.
Yep.
Where, we actually thrive off of those fans yelling at when the shot clock's going down, and that gets us juiced up, and we kind of lock in more. And so that's been different, but it's different for everybody. But for us, I think it's been a disadvantage because I mean JPJ, that place gets loud, and I talk to different assistants throughout the league, and they often talk about how loud it gets in that arena. And that plays to our advantage. So that's been different. And on the road, conversely, we haven't had to have those fans yell at us and get loud, and it's taken that advantage away. And we actually sometimes are louder than whatever fans are in the building because we're yelling. We got our little defensive chant. I don't know if you can hear it through the TV, but Chase has got us. We're all clapping in defense and making noise. So it's been different, definitely that. But it's been a disadvantage at home for us.
Sure.
Can I interject real quick? So Jay,
Yeah.
when we played, U-Haul got loud, but you're on the court, right? That Carolina game,
Yeah.
Harold went off. I was there.
Yeah.
And as a coach, do you notice it? Because when you play, you notice it. You didn't. I noticed it after the fact. Like I made a 3, crowd went crazy. All right, I'm good tonight. I'm going to the party. So as a coach, you know what I'm saying? Do you understand? Do you hear it or notice it or not?
Yeah, we often, we'll talk about, God, did you hear how loud it got? Like,
right.
And we talk about which game was the loudest, since we've been here. And, going into Duke, we always pipe in noise the couple practices before going to Duke. So, we got crowd noise, and last year, I remember we turned that thing, maybe the year before, and we turned that thing up. And when I tell you, I had a headache coming out of practice, I was like, there's no way that Duke can be as loud as what we just experienced in practice.
Exactly.
The first 4 minutes of the Duke game, it was
Headache.
louder than what we had piped in
Right,
practice.
right.
I was like, this is crazy. So yeah, we noticed. We definitely noticed it.
So one of my favorite Jay Willie stories, Marking, my last year, 93, he's a sophomore. He started ahead of me, which I'm still mad about. We go to Duke, and Jay, Corey, June, they're high-fiving the Cameron Crazies. They're like, let's go. They're doing the cheers with them. And we're like, yo, homeboy, we're supposed to be scared up in here. We win the game. Jay had double figures. I had double figures. Corey, June, like on and on. We win the game, and I'm like going crazy. And Jay's like, who won the Pittsburgh Steelers game today? In the tunnel going out. Jay's like, yo, what's up with Pittsburgh? Who won? You remember Jay or no?
I don't remember asking you that, but yeah, I always.
You didn't ask me. You asked a reporter.
Yeah, but that's why we went to Virginia. Like, you go there to play against those teams, and there was no fear.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you got that was your class. Your class brought that enthusiasm in, which was really cool.
Yeah, we expected to win. We knew we could play with anybody.
Yep.
We've seen all those guys growing up playing AAU. We used to play against them. We wanted to go in. Look, and I've known Corey since we were 13.
Right.
Corey's ego's as big as anybody. He ain't afraid of anybody.
No.
So
his memory's long.
We got
and so we
my bad, Mark. I always try to bring it back, but I'm just thinking about me and Jay, man.
All right, we got to move on. Fire alarm is going off somewhere, but it's not a fire. It's a little smoky. Jay Wills, last question from the audience. Another one from Big Ben. I don't know. I thought about if I should actually bring it up or not, because it may bring out bad feelings for you, just at least momentarily. Super Bowl prediction, because your Steelers aren't in it. Can you still give her? Can you still decide who's going to win?
I respect the heck out of Tom Brady. I think he's the greatest quarterback, definitely the greatest quarterback, arguably the greatest football player of all time. I want to see him lose. I give him his props, but I want Mahomes to beat them. I don't care if it's a 1-point game.
Give a prediction.
I'm sticking with the AFC. I'm going Mahomes gets the ball last. They win 38-34.
Woo. That's a high scoring game. 71 points. 72 points, sorry. 38-34?
Yeah.
72 points. That's a high scoring game. That would be an exciting Super Bowl. All right, we got to move on. We got to talk about NC State. Dougie, I will catch you tomorrow on the pregame show, 8:30.
Yes, sir.
Fresh, good seeing you, brother.
Right,
we're going to give you one more chance, Dougie. You get to come on next week again. Fresh question of the week.
Man, I have to have better questions, but I go back.
About the question. The question was good, and we can relate it back to
Fresh. Hey, Fresh.
Jay.
I just don't want to do this.
I'm not going on Reddit ever again.
Nope. I told you, man. Don't. No.
I'm done.
Let me tell you, Jay, let me tell you something. Life is long.
No doubt. You got to play the long game.
Life is long.
Did you pull the trigger?
You got it right.
No, I didn't.
know.
I didn't. But I was reading all that stuff, and
don't fake the funk.
I talked to my boy. I talked to my boys. I said, look, what should I do? I got all kind of advice, so I didn't know enough, and I was afraid to jump in.
Hey, one of my best friends now is Grant Kersey. He hit me today, and he's same thing. I'm like, Grant, life is long, dude.
There you go.
Don't worry about the quick stuff. All right, boy.
Crazy. All right, good seeing you.
Love y'all. The best.
Dougie, talk to you about. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Dougie Fresh is a character.
That's my guy.
He's such a good dude. That's
my guy.
All right, let's move on to NC State. Let's talk about the keys to winning. They're down at least one player, Devin Daniels, right?
Tough blow for them. Yeah, that kid was having a heck of a season. Yep.
They were. Dev Daniels was. How you like this one? This new feature we got going.
I like it. I like it. Who's responsible for this? I like it.
It's our new intern, Henry.
There you go. Good job,
Henry's brother's a freshman playing at Tulane,
Okay.
who I coached in high school and also AAU.
Good job.
Yeah, so Henry and I were working on this today. Red shirt senior was their main man. I remember him when Ty was there and we saw him play a couple of times.
Yep.
Transferred in from what Pac-10 school? I can't remember right now. Or whatever.
Don't give me.
Yeah. Anyway, he was leading their team in scoring, and now, in addition to him, Funderburk may not be able to play.
I wouldn't be surprised if he plays, but we got to anticipate he'll play. But they're good. They what they do, Mark, that we often struggled against is they pressure you full court. They're gonna mix up presses. They're gonna make us deal with something in the full court so that we're behind the clock. Once we get in the half court, we're gonna have to try to run our stuff. But they're active on ball, active hands.
If DJ Funderburk doesn't play, that's 2 redshirt senior starters who are going to be replaced by younger guys.
A lot of experience that they'll be missing. Yeah.
Yep. And Funderburk apparently had possibly violated university policy. Don't know what it was. I guess Keats is not saying what it was. But 2 good players. Last year, let me ask you this. Last year, he got a technical foul in the game, right? Is there any, are you guys thinking about that? Do you guys remember that? Is Jay coming to the game? Like, doesn't even matter.
No, I don't think, no. I mean, last year's last year. That's part of games. I totally forgot about, what transpired. New team, I tell you what, he and God, what's the other big kid? Manny Bates.
Yep.
Those dudes are physical down there. They post hard. Like our interior guys after Luma, they better be ready to get after it. If in fact Funderburk can play and Bates, we're gonna have our hands full. Not to mention, their guard play, and all of the pressure that they bring. So we got to be right.
Yep. Devin Daniels transferred from Utah. I just got the word from our production staff. Thank you, guys.
There you go. Way to go, Henry.
Right on top of it. Henry and
Henry's
T-Dubs. T-Dubs is
T-Dubs.
Oz. T-Dubs is Wizard of Oz, and Henry's gonna be in great hands, training and learning so much. You talk about the pressure. Did you watch them play Syracuse?
I did.
Yeah.
They made Syracuse deal with something in the full, and they mixed it up. It's all kind of different. Man press, zone press, 1-2-2, 2-1-2, 2-2-1. They're going to make you deal with something. And sometimes they're extremely aggressive with it. Sometimes it's more of just a passive, stall so that they don't have to guard as much in the front court. So we'll see.
Yep. You guys have had, I guess, 3 days to think about Virginia, 4 days to think about Virginia Tech, right? Do you see did the guys practice? Did you feel like they came out a little harder?
Well, they didn't have a choice. We took Sunday off and we practiced. We had 2 days of prep. And there was intentional focus for sure.
Yeah. Sort of did it remind you at all after the game against Gonzaga to get guys refocused?
A little bit, but each game is different in what each game presents different learning experience, and that game was different from the Gonzaga game. The Gonzaga was a total little bit of everything. The Virginia Tech game, unfortunately, was more effort there. Just a little more effort, a little more toughness, and we addressed that.
All right, what do we need to look out for tomorrow? Anything you want to share with us that might be a little different than the last game?
Hey, Mark, I keep telling you that the spies watch the JWILLY Show. I cannot give away secrets.
You're getting out there.
Hey, we're getting more popular.
I know, not just the J, and also it's addition to you being named the top ACC Coach of the Year, right? That along with the theme song, with the mug, with the mask, you're blowing up.
Crazy.
All right, I know you've had a long day, getting up this morning with the kids and practice and flying and getting to the hotel.
Kids had a 2-hour delay, so I didn't have to get up as early.
Oh, okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So we want to let you get a chance to rest and prepare for tomorrow night. Good luck tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a long day. Those 9 o'clock starts I don't like those, but it is what it is.
Yep. One last thing. I like that NC State Stadium. It's nice.
It's huge. Seems like 24,000. It's a big stadium.
That in Louisville, although the Carolina Stadium is also nice. The 3 of those.
Yeah,
really
I think those are the 3 biggest in the league, to be honest.
And Louisville, you gotta love.
Well, we like the results that have come out of Louisville. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing about Louisville, well, not my favorite thing. My favorite thing is winning, right? And then watching you guys win, and then also, the bar in Louisville, they serve bourbon.
Well, I knew that because Terry Gates, who's a former basketball alum, I'm always giving Gates tickets to the Louisville game, and he and his brother show up early, and they're always there with drinks in their hand as we're warming up. So I think Gates, if you're listening, I got you at Louisville again. I know you want to get your bourbon fix on.
Yeah, no, Louisville's a great place. I love going there to watch games, and the restaurant's right there, and the bar's awesome. That is, I imagine that's NC State. I can't see the logo. Yes, I can. The Wolfpack, massive.
Hey, Henry's on it. Henry is on his game.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Wait till tomorrow, folks. We got some good stuff tomorrow happening.
We're taking this to new levels.
Yeah, we are. We really are.
And we started out. This was a small thing starting, man. We're taking it to new heights.
Pretty soon it's gonna be national. All right, Jay Wills, thanks so much for coming on and always being great.
Good to see you, brother.
Best of luck tomorrow. Let's go get a W, and let's get another 8-game winning streak and turn that into 10 or 12 and go with the chip.
Appreciate you.
All right, man.
We got YB coming back.
I'm not sure YB is back yet. He might be preparing for his show tomorrow, so we're going to say goodnight. If he jumps on, he jumps on while we're saying goodnight. If not, folks, don't forget to catch my man YB tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on twitch.tv. And then we're back 8:30 tomorrow night for the pregame. And then you got the Who's tomorrow night at 9. All right, Jay Wills, I'll holler at you.
All right, Mark. Take care.